Zooey mama. Okay, I think we're live. We're live. Cool. Awesome. Hello everyone. I'm fucking live. Hang on. Please hold. So, hello everyone, welcome to another stream. I should not just stand out in the open here. Another stream of BCSMP Lore. Sorry for the late start, I got caught up watching something and well, I'm here now and ready to get going. So, the lag is immense, good god. I'm currently outside. Currently outside Novros, because I've got all these fortified defenses. They have stop umming. They have all these fortified defenses, and I don't like that. You know me. I like a good challenge. So I've snuck around the back, and I should arguably take off the armor. I think I blend in better without the armor. Let me just. Yeah, I'm kind of vaguely sand colored. I want to see how impenetrable these defenses really are, because they can't be that impenetrable. Can they? No. There aren't bushes around the back here, so I can. There aren't bushes around these back things, which make it easier, but I don't know how long that will be an option. I don't want to get caught by Greg. I could also, if needed be, try and build from there to there. That's kind of obvious, but it is, well, it is feasible. There's this area, which comes quite close to this hill. So that's a less conspicuous. It's a less conspicuous block gap at the very least. Uh-oh. Hopefully I wasn't spotted there. This pavilion is really exposed. I need to go around. Greg is going to see me. I don't want to be seen. I mean, the worst that's gonna happen is I'm gonna get. Well, okay. Novros doesn't like people on their land, as we have learned recently on this SMP. What with the whole chapel and everything, so I don't know. Maybe this isn't worth it. I should start sneaking back around towards the docks, shouldn't I? If I can maybe get a little lower down. on. Can you not hear? Is this an in-character message? Or can you not hear my mic? Oh, yes. Oh no. Hello, Greg. What reason could you messaging me for? I hate being sneaky. That would be strange. Oh dear. I don't want Bess to know I've been here. Oh, I don't reckon she'll be best pleased. Ha! Best please. I was just passing through. Just going via Navarros to cut the travel time. But and now we just fucking leave. Now we just fucking leave. And hope no one else spots us. It's getting night, we're gonna put the armor back on because I like being unkillable. It would be real awkward to die via mobs in the middle of you know, just being on my merry way. So we're gonna go a really long way round to getting out of here. I've stolen a piece of Navarro's dad. Oh my god, I'm a criminal. No, I just had to break the block to get out. It's a very pretty area, this, really. Shame it's so, you know, rife with capitalism. I am not a big capitalism enjoyer, me. Any unnecessary ruckus? This is fine. Everything's fine. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Hopefully I am, but I'm circling around to keep a wide berth of Navarros. Sure would be a shame if I was going the wrong way. Would be great if someone would redirect me in the case that I was, but you know, I'm a smooth criminal, a lone operator, if you would. I've been lost in these deserts before, several times, most of which not broadcasted to the internet. I don't think I am going the right way. That's poggers. Oh, wait, no, maybe I am. Maybe I, in fact, am. Yes, I'm coming up to the docks. Let's just circle back. Circle through. Yeah. Here we are. I am at the docks. Is that so? Ah. What is that? Oh. Hang on. Hey. Hi.
Me!
Hi.
Me! Hello!
Hi. It fancy seeing you here.
Why are you here?
Me? Oh, I was taking care of some personal business.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Well, I think I was taking care of some oh, I was going to. Lara is here to help me get my stuff back from the Oasis.
Cool. That's cool.
Wait, what's that?
You look
Wait.
behind you.
Wait, what? What?
Because I know you said personal business.
What the hell is
Where's the stage?
Yo.
Was the stage not enough?
What? What do you mean? I didn't do this. Oh my god, Crispy, Crispy, wait, come back. Hang on. Don't go running into the. Crispy, please.
After them.
Oasis?
Crispy,
No,
I'm going to name
no.
Crispy. But I'd
Wait,
prefer if you were
Crispy,
not
you-
a self-fulfilling
Crispy.
prophecy.
Hang on, everyone. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
If you didn't do this, and I'm still not sold on that idea, by
I
the way.
didn't do it. Why would
I
I
don't
hurt?
see anybody else around.
There is no
Who
flint and
else?
steel in my inventory. This is Novrosa's land. I was not doing this. Why would I do that to Crispy? No, you can't. Hang on. I wouldn't get any closer, Crispy.
Wait. Duck! Duck!
Did you see who did this?
Duck is not in our voice chat. Never mind.
What happened?
Did you see who did this?
Oh, what happened?
Hang on.
Oh, hello.
Duck! Duck, what
Yes,
happened?
Hello.
Fire.
What happened, Duck? Why is the place on fire?
I slapped some hams that came out, and here it was.
I think I know what's going
This
on.
probably wasn't me.
I think I know what's going on.
That
Crispy,
makes
you need
one.
to you need to get to safety. The sanctuary. If the church is going to do anything good, it's going to be now. You need to get to safety. Lara, can you make sure she gets there okay?
I think we deserve some answers. What is happening?
I think Navaros is just getting rid of more people on their land.
Oh no, the frog's going into the fire.
No, Crispy, please, Crispy, please.
Does anyone have a water bucket?
Crispy!
Start carrying one from now on.
I mean, I
Nobody
have like a
else did
water
this?
bucket, but that's not gonna do. Where the hell did Crispy go? That's not gonna do.
I'm here.
Crispy's right here. Stay back.
Here.
If Novaros did this,
And I'm gonna sort it
It's
out.
me. It's me.
Lara, no. I'm
Going
going
to
to talk to
ruin-
Beth. Do you remember what happened last time?
you shot stage is what happened last time.
I
Best
had
didn't kill
to.
any of them.
You need to get Crispy home safe.
Hey, Crispy, who's your money on for this?
No one! Don't say that!
Oi! Oi! You're crying.
Relara, please. I have no argument with you at the moment. I need you to keep Crispy safe. Get her to the sanctuary. Get her home safe.
We'll take care of this, right?
I will take care of this. I can't say that I will save the fields, but I will talk to Bess.
Okay. I'm going to get Crispy to safety because I know where they can go. I know. Yeah, the sanctuary. I think you said that earlier. Yeah, I'll take them to the sanctuary. And
Yeah.
have them set up. I'm coming to join you. Okay? Stay safe.
Pardon?
And stay alive.
What was that about
until I get
joining me?
back.
I'm sorry for
Please.
hitting you.
Crispy, where'd you go?
I'm sorry for slashing you.
Off you.
That's
Don't come back for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what's up with Bess as well. Very uncharacteristic, or maybe it's very characteristic, actually.
I mean,
Crispy, we have to go.
I kind of wanted to talk to her myself. There's a few things I need to go over with her.
Alright then. You two have your private little time.
Don't put it like that. Have a good evening. Right, where is that fucking dragon and his stupid fucking empress? There's so much smoke, I can barely see for shit. Ah, they're both out. Ahem! Empress,
Oh.
I demand an audience.
Well, I can hardly see you. You're a little ablaze. The armor doesn't help.
Well, I mean, whose fault is it that there's a fire in the first place?
I mean, I thought I should do a little bit of spring cleaning. It was a bit
Spring
messy.
cleaning?
But, you know, something, fire, nitrogen, good for the soil.
Now, I didn't ever have a biology class, but I feel like setting the whole landscape on fire isn't for the sake of environmental well-being.
I mean, I can put it out after. It'll be
After all the
fine.
flowers have burned. That's what you're doing,
I'm just...
isn't it?
Well, you could call it making a clean slate. Exactly, Greg.
What's going on with you, Bess? What's changed? Why have you been so cruel recently?
I mean, I'd say I have my reasons. I've been cursed out multiple times. I've been disturbed. I have people telling me that I am a coward, that I am an asshole, and maybe I am. But if you don't want to interact with me, if anyone here doesn't want to talk to me, you don't have to. Everyone here has gone out of their way to arrive at my front door. If anything, I'm simply being provoked.
Because I cursed you out. One little argument, and
simply
you go
reacting.
running behind your castle walls, you blow up a chapel, you set the fields on fire.
I spend most of my time in these walls anyway. The chapel was on my land, and as I distinctly have said multiple times, any unauthorized properties should
The
be...
chapel was on your land because of a loophole that should not have been there. That you put in place specifically so you could get the church off of your land.
Well, it's
You can't
overnight.
fool me as easily as you can fool them. I've been around since the beginning of this place, Bess.
And so have I. And you know what? I'd far rather have you here than any of them. Well, there might be an exception, but either way, I'm definitely glad it's you standing over there. I, frankly, at least you're far more willing to be a little more gritty than well, Cake Slime, the frog, who thought I was their friend, and I know Rilara would gladly shoot an arrow through my skull, but I think we can both agree that she might be getting ahead of herself.
There are very few things we agree on, Bess.
But
And I
good
think
things they
that
are.
it's more than caring that I've got a little bit of grit. I think it's a difference in the way you see me and other people. The way you look down upon the church. You won't even come down and talk to them eye level because you consider them below you. You consider them pests, but me, I get an audience in a watchtower. Because I wouldn't go as far to say you care about me, but I would say, is it that I worry you, Empress? Are you frightened? Well, either way, there's nothing you can do about it because we've been locked in this stalemate for God knows how long. You can't get rid of me and I can't get rid of you.
And who says that I want to? There is one consistent in this shithole, and it's you, and frankly, even if I never was thinking of taking you with me, I would have gotten you out one way or another.
How am I
You might not have
supposed
wanted me
to
to.
believe that?
You might have hated me for it, but you'd be out.
I'm out now, and look at me. On fire and untouched by any of it because there is something fucking going on. And you won't tell me what it is, and you won't tell any of us what it is. If you care about getting me out, then I'd like to know what's going on with me and why everything I touch surely dies and burns. And if you don't tell me, then I'm going to find out myself. Trial by fire, right?
I've found out the hard way that the further you look into these things, the closer, well, put it this way, the harder you look for them, the more likely you are to find them the second you're not looking. I've seen it happen, I've seen it happen now, and the more you know, the more likely you are to let it tear you up inside.
So this is about protecting me, is that what it is?
I wouldn't say that I'm doing a good job, but I have my limits and I'm trying to stick to them.
I just want answers, even like the scrap of old notes, an old journal, your notes, my mother's notes, something to give me a clue of what we're dealing with here. Because
there is a type of fire that is not the kind that lights bonfires, that keeps people cozy, that lights up the dark nights. It is the type of fire that destroys. It is the type of fire that burns and it takes, and it is the same fire that found its way inside the house, and it's the same fire and the same heat that found its way into that fucking shed. And it's the same fire that you are standing in, not all of it, but just the stuff around you.
how ironically fitting.
As I said, it runs in the family.
And neither time have you managed to stop it. You're so high and mighty in these lovely cobblestone walls, this city that you've raised from your hand, but at the end of the day, you're just... I wouldn't say you're human, but you're just another one of us. None of us are more higher up than the rest. You've just protected yourself better.
And I must say you are right. I can make people scared, but I am not fear itself.
But you are scaring people. Because the thing is, Novaros, I know it was your out. It was meant to be an escape, right? From Coffee Pot. And now you're becoming more and more cruel, if not to me, then to the others. And frankly, I've been through enough. I can take it. But it is not fair to put them through this sort of pain again. People shouldn't have to suffer how we suffered. And if you... Don't you dare ever
I am not
like
keeping
him.
any... Trust me, if I did, you would not hear from me again. The second I become that man, you will see my own sword lying with my head on cobbles. I will deal with myself if it comes to that.
Good, because I don't think I'd be able to look you in the eyes long enough to deal with you myself.
I mean, you say that. If you could be looking in my eyes, there certainly wouldn't be anything looking back at you.
That's distinctly
I am-
morbid.
Exactly. I am not keeping anyone inside these walls who does not want to be here. And I am not forcing anyone to join me if when I open my doors they do not walk in of their own accordance. This is not Coffee Pot, and I will never let it become so.
Good, good. I'm glad you won't.
You can
but
hold me to that.
I will hold you to that. I will hold you to that. Everything's constantly changing, and I'll admit it. I'll be the big person here. I'll be the first to say it. I'm afraid. Because every time we have something good here, it rots. It burns, it tears apart at the edges. However way it falls apart, it falls apart. And I feel like I'm on the edge of a precipice. Of either solving something or making it so much worse. And I don't have any guidance because the only person I look to for guidance left me to come to this secret country so long ago.
You have done far more for yourself than I could ever do for you. I gave you guidance when you could, but frankly, the further you are away from me, the safer you would have been.
Well,
There is only so close I can get before the wind picks up the fire and destroys something else.
There's only so close I can get to anything before everything burns around me. I killed one of my best friends, and now the...
And so did I! I didn't want to, but it happened. Our stupid adventures and everything that seemed okay at the time, dancing on a knife edge, it came back to bite, and I do not want the same thing to happen to you.
I feel like
I would have done anything for her. And now she's gone.
No, she's
And you
gone.
were the only thing that is left. You say that I'm scared, and I am. I'm not scared of you. There's so much more out there than humanity can comprehend. And it is fear itself that is coming.
Fear?
The less you know, the more likely it is to just see you as something fun. It is the moment you step over that ledge that it will come for you.
I feel like it's
Sometimes
already
it
come
is
to me.
better to be oblivious than not to know
I'm
everything.
tired of being oblivious. I've only ever been oblivious. This was right under my nose. Half of the things the president was doing was under my nose because I was naive enough to trust him for a while. Everything Carter did was under my nose. I got
And
basic...
you are smarter now.
I'm only smarter now because I've burned. Because I know not to touch the pan when it's still in the fire. Because I'm covered in burn marks already. If something's coming for me, then it's finding a charred remains. And I just want to...
Maybe that will be best.
If this is tearing me apart, then fine, but I want to stop it tearing apart everyone else. I want to keep the stupid fucking frog safe. I hate the fucking novelist, but I don't want her to die. I don't want the church to die. Or have you thought about... No one knows where Cam is. No one knows where half of the people on the server are. They go missing and then they don't show up again. What
You
about...
think I don't miss Neo and Sheehan too?
I know you probably do, because there's like 3 of us left who even remember them.
And I have tried looking. I have been waiting. Sheehan stops writing, Neo disappears.
And I'm not blaming
All
you
these
for
dogs
anything.
are still here. They're just waiting.
If you gave me some information, right? Because if it tears me apart and I save like 3 people doing it, then fine. I can get the church off of your doorstep and away from annoying you if I can give them something else to realise that there's something bigger going on. I've tried to tell Stage that I feel something every time I go into that church building. It feels wrong. It feels like acid in the back of my throat. Something's wrong with that place. But all half the members see is they see you as a villain, and I don't think you're a villain. I think you're trying in your own way to, I don't know, keep yourself safe, and that's fair enough. That's what we've learned. But if you gave me just a bit of information to help me start tearing the rot out of their foundations, then we could do something good for once. We could be something better than the sum of all our broken parts. The church is their home. If we help, we can't go. This is your home, but I feel like for the both of us, home is a place long collapsed. And we can help them not have the same thing happen to them. I want to break whatever this cycle is.
I am working on trying to pick up books. I don't have any of my old journals, but I promise you that I am working on trying to keep track of whatever is going on here. I'll write my notes and I will research and I will keep as close an eye on things as I can.
And will you tell me if you find anything? Or
I will
is this
tell
another
you.
secret?
I will work towards keeping everything here safe enough.
You told me you'd keep
I'm
the
working
frog
towards
safe.
getting them out.
You've set the fields on fire. I want
Well,
to
the
take
frog wasn't here!
the frog. The frog would be on fire right now if I hadn't thrown a potion at it. And I don't blame you for that. The frog should not have run into the burning fire, but this is...
Yeah, we might need to work on that.
Well, I might need to work on that. The frog won't want anything to do with you. Yeah, fine, I
I
won't.
think it's more that the novelist won't want anything to do with me.
Yeah. I don't like the novelist. There's something going on with her, and frankly, I don't want to be turned into a cheap story. Everything that's happened here is not some fun little history textbook.
I mean, you say that. I've actually got a little bit of writing. I received a letter in the mail the other day cussing me out, telling me that I'm not worth the ink to write it, and seeing as she's come up to my door on multiple occasions, if I wasn't worth the ink, frankly, she could have told me to my face, but that is a story for another time.
I'm so confused. I came here to yell at you because I've been so angry for so long, and this just tipped me over the edge, and everything I touch burns or is destroyed.
Desolates. It desolates.
It's a very particular verb.
It's the verb it likes to go by. Desolation, if you will.
Is that one of them? These fear things.
Entities. They feed on fear.
And one of them's got its
For
claws
some-
into me.
Well, for some, it's people being scared, and for some, it's people embracing that fear to make others scared.
Why the fuck is the fucking not the... We're gonna ignore her. But Bess, I came here to be mad at you, and I can't be mad at you because you seem to have at least someone's best interests at heart, and you seem like you care about me. And it's so weird because every time I'm across the ocean, the fuck is that? Floating. It feels like you've never cared about me at all sometimes, and then I come over here and you sometimes and you confuse me.
I have a list. It may be arguably not the best, but let's just say you were higher up than a number of people.
Yeah, I just...
Both for personal reasons and just in general, I'll be frank, you're one of the more decent people. There is a zombie walking towards you. He's dead.
Yeah, it'll have been the fire. I appreciate that, and I will try and keep the others off of your doorstep if you'll, I don't know, maybe write me, maybe share your information. I'm so tired of I'm so tired of, being second fiddle to all these plans, of being a puppet on a string instead of ever anyone with any control over a situation. And I don't want control in the same way that you have control. I want control enough to keep myself peaceful.
I will write to you as soon as I can. As soon as I have something worth sharing.
And I can hold you to that?
You can. It's the least I owe you.
I appreciate that. That was more than I was expecting.
Well, you know me. Somehow both consistent and unpredictable.
Yeah, no, you've really got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, keeping people on their toes. Frankly, I think it's a skill.
Yeah, I told Crispy and Rilara that I'd come sort this out. I don't know what to say to them, but I think I have an idea, and if Rilara's at the front door, I can try and tell her that we've got what we came for, and maybe we can leave. And
I mean, to be fair, if Rilara's at the front door, I'm not gonna kill her, don't worry. But I have a little message for her. Thought it would be nice for the novelist to get a little critical feedback on her work.
well, I might come join the area. I thank you, Bess. I'm very tired of arguing with you, It's,
Can be draining.
it's really draining. I've got so much to do myself, and just... Even if it's difficult to consider us friends or whatever, I'd at least like to think that maybe there's someone who's, doesn't want to see me burn.
I'm not exactly the... I'll say this is... Even I can say slightly out of character. Not the fondest of fire, I'll have to clear it up soon. Well, I can be nice, just... Not exactly the fondest of unplanned infernos.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Unless they're emotional. Really, I have a book here that is. As I said, if it is really at that front door, best that you can, well, I say, fun slandering me for a little bit, I feel it best just to try and put an end to this. As I said, well, not necessarily end, but as I said, I have a habit of at times striking fear into people, and you know what? If it gets them to leave me alone, I'll take it.
Yeah, so, good luck with the, that, and the research, and, just, you know where my post box is, don't you?
I do. And you know where mine is.
Yeah, So I will just keep me posted. There's a lot happening, even outside of these entities or whatever. There's something big on the horizon, and I'm so close to reaching it.
And I wish you luck.
Hopefully, this is the last time we need to like argue for like ages, because I'm so tired, and it's happening like every 3 weeks.
Crossed. Plus, it's probably a trek, I must say.
It is such a trek. I get so like it's like I get here and I'm halfway unangry because it's taken me so long to get here that I'm halfway to not being angry anymore. I'll try
Wish you the
and
best.
explain things to the frog. Not at all smooth them over. I can get the message that you probably don't want her here anymore, but
I mean, I haven't kicked her out. She can be here. I just hardly think that people are going to want her near me.
I know you haven't technically kicked her out, right? But the kind of on fire landscape does give a certain amount of an impression.
You make a point. Then again, no, you make a point.
Yeah, she's gonna. I'll try and keep her away, and I'll try and keep the novelist away, and I will. If you get me any, if they find any knowledge on it, whatever it is that's twisting the church. I mean, there's like 3 people who've ever been understanding to me after I've done something questionable, and Stage is one of the few people who. I know you're not fond of the church, and neither am I, but I am fond of Stage, and you know me, I tend to clutch onto things when I do have them, and sometimes everything that's ever left me has come away with tooth marks and burn marks.
I know.
Guess we should go see what's happening at your front gate.
Probably a good idea.
Ow.
Weren't fair. Oh, there's tea as well.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You're slightly, ever so slightly on fire.
You're green?
What have
Crap.
you told her?
Hold on, you didn't see that.
The story, okay? We fell into some moss on the way here. I only just managed to get cleaned up. It's kind of lingering in my hair a bit, but
Your hair's always been that green.
hair is green, so
That was
Okay, there
weird.
you go
Don't
then.
patronize me with lies. If you, I mean, I've talked to Bess, Rilara. We can leave if that's why you're here.
No, we're here for some answers.
yeah, we're here for some answers of our own.
Okay, well, what kind of answers? Because I'll be frank, Rilara, I got your little letter back, and I have some critical feedback, you know, literary stuff, if you'd like it.
I hate
Right. Yeah, funny little thing that's quite sweet. What questions did you have?
stuff. My first question of the day is why the hell did you burn Crispy's flower field?
I burnt my hills and my land because, well, as I said to V, something, spring cleaning, something. Nitrogen is good for the land. Killing weeds, that was it. Thank you, Greg. Thought I'd do a bit of tidying up. I do so like my flowers done in a certain way.
That's hours, okay? That took days for me to plant all of those, and you just burnt it to do some spring cleaning?
Well, as I said, it's my land, and funnily enough, that was my land before I even realized that I had more land. If anything, I could have done it sooner, I just thought it might be an appropriate time.
Is it that when you're confronted with a problem, your first solution is property damage?
No, that's me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've had a number of problems coming my way, and I've only really dealt with things that sort of way twice or so. Something that you probably would not know much about, I will be honest. You haven't been here a while, have you?
Probably not been here as long as you.
You can put it that way.
Time to build a castle.
Well, I mean, the walls didn't take that long. I'm a hard worker.
You're a hard worker, alright. That's why you were able to get these thick walls so quickly and so high that they could try to hide your own cowardice.
Really, I must say, you've used that at least 3 times now. I have it written down if you'd like me to read my review out to you.
But
You might not want to be in company, though. You have a little bit of that pride.
cute that you think I have any sort of or faith in myself. Honestly,
Oh, finally something you said that's made sense.
part of the reason why I'm able to unabashedly and unashamedly say to your face that I despise you is because I have nothing to lose any sense of pride. I'm
Good
too
for
tired
you.
to be scared of you, and I'm too tired to care. Lay it on me. Do your worst.
Hold on, let me just get my glasses. I can't put them on my skin, but just know that I am in fact wearing them. Right. Let's start with this. So, starting at the good old beginning. Oh, title even. I hate you full stop. I appreciate the full stop, certainly to the point. Dear Bess, you bitch. Seeing as you're adding an additional title here, it would be arguably a bit more fitting if you use parentheses instead of a comma, but that's just going to be where the review starts. An abomination. Oh, I hate you. Once again, reinstating your point. An abomination and a danger to society. I must say, two very good points. You could have added a triad, might have been a little more effective. Also, first of all, I'm an ocean away. You are bringing your society to me, so well done with that, but I will elaborate on that later. You broke Crispy's heart, you full-blooded crumfuck. Full-blooded, while we're on the subject, is that really appropriate? It doesn't really make sense in the context. I think, frankly, we're all a bit full of blood. Also, full-blooded crumfuck? I understand that you were trying to be creative, but frankly, it just ends up sounding like you're 5. If you're going to insult me, at least have it make an iota of sense. They simply wanted to befriend you and live in peace. All Crispy wants is for everyone to get along. Bit clumsy in the grammar department, especially with the name pronoun structure. The sentence doesn't function amazingly on its own, but I will admit it gets your point across. Also, not everybody wants to be friends. I don't, with you at least. I hope that you're smart enough to realize that I've made that clear by now, even though I am telling you. Even though it's apparently a crime not to want to love everybody. Or is that or that the world, at least apparently, revolves around the frog? Also, starting the next sentence off with and feasible, but not necessarily recommended in the formal context. Ooh, here's a sentence. This one gets a bit in depth. You messed up. You blew up a church. You launched a terrorist attack on a holy building that we spent hours making. You tried to tear us apart at the seams. 1, I blew up a chapel. 2, it's my land, and I took down the chapel because, as I said, I was removing unauthorized property from my land. A terrorist action is done to strike fear, and, well, given my warning, I would like to say that scaring you wasn't my intention. I've been honest with that. And 3, once again, I took down the chapel. I have in no way attacked your religion as a whole, or you as people. Trust me, if I was going to tear you apart, you would have far more problems than would allow you to take the time to write me a letter. Next sentence. A kicker. You made Crispy cry. Okay, fun little fact here. I don't care. The frog gets emotional because they don't have the sense to realize that this world isn't sunshine and rainbows. And maybe if your church taught realism over idealism, then you'd get a little further. I hope you're happy. I hope you're proud of yourself for constantly pushing other people down just so you can pretend you matter. The proud of yourself for, if you took the yourself for out, then it would just be, I hope you're proud of constantly pushing other people down, which might have had a bit more impact if it was a bit more condensed. Also, to pretend you matter, you've used that twice now. Which is, I must say, very interesting. You know what? I'm gonna get on that bit later. That's a special little one. That was probably my favorite part. I hate you with every fiber of my being, every cell in my form. If I could kill you, I would without hesitation. Okay. Good for you. Getting kicked out of killing someone seems like a you problem, but I won't question it too much. Sounds like you have your own issues to work through. The church may be against violence, but I wouldn't do it as Rilara Skiliad, member of the Chontas Church. Nah. Okay, nah, killing you would be a personal mission, one that I would enjoy very much. I must say, a real shift to the informal tone again. This is a letter, I assume, of, well, this is clearly set up as a letter to, I will admit, someone of a higher social standing than you, and also a higher political power, therefore arguably supposed to be more of a formal piece of writing. Here's another in-depth one. Live your life in your tower, hiding behind your walls. That's fine, but the day you grow out of your cowardice, I will be there with every weapon in hand. Every weapon in my arsenal, ready to teach you why you don't dull the shine of Crispy the Frog. 1, it's not a tower, it's a walled city. At least get your terminology right. A tower is a narrow, tall building, whereas this is a number of buildings surrounded by a wall. But you wouldn't know that, would you? You've never actually been in. 2, once again, I'm not a coward. I just have confidence, rationality, and, to be frank, patience. You are just upset that I am not getting as worked up about this as a whole as you are. I'm willing to fight you if you think that I'm scared. You're far more of I'm willing to fight you, and if you think that I'm scared, you are far more of a fool than even I give you credit for. And 3, when was this about the frog? I thought this was about the chapel, or at least something that made sense, at least stay consistent. She is worth 1,000 deaths, 1,000,000 kingdoms. Meanwhile, you're barely worth the ink I used to write this. Another interesting one. I enjoy the numerical value, but again, push yourself, full potential, use some triads. They tend to be more effective. 1, I'm glad you value your friend. That's very sweet. The currency isn't universal. It's why some people trade in diamonds, others in favors. You might think that
Summon Flint.
Yeah, summon Flint. Thank you, Duck. Wonderful. See, he gets it. Yeah, I'm very glad you value your friend, but, currency isn't universal in the way that some people trade in, some diamond, others in favors, others in flint. You may think that this frog is the center of the world, but I simply do not. 2, if I was not worth the ink you used to write this, then why haven't you done exactly what you've done now and come say it to my face? If I'm not worth the ink, then I'm certainly not worth the time that it took you to write a 6-page long hate letter. Well, as I said, consistency matters. If I'm not worth the ink, I'm certainly not worth the book either. Uh, Signed with the sweetest of hatred, purest of loathing, the truest venom, and deepest abhorrence. Once again, twos, 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 and then a 4. While the range of vocabulary is good, the list of 4 feels marginally excessive. And hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Am I? Hopefully not. The list of 4 feels marginally excessive and sorry, what have I written? And sort of insistent on hammering your point home. It kind of makes you less powerful. Also, you should have finished with a comma, as this is adding on to how you signed it. And then, the good old Relaris Gilead of Visperous Coast. Overall, could do better, but as I said, something interesting earlier that I really want to pick up on is that pretending that I matter. You think I don't matter? Really? Fortunately, I might not matter to you. I mean, clearly I do, if you won't just take the open invitation to leave me alone by not trekking thousands of blocks across the ocean just to land at my front door. But I'll try and leave you with at least a little bit of dignity in that regard. I matter in more ways than you are willing to admit. If I didn't matter, then your little group wouldn't have come here to ask my permission to build on my land. If I didn't matter, then you would have just gone and built on my land even after I'd said no. And if I didn't matter, then you wouldn't have taken the time out of your day to sit down and write to tell me that you hate me. Do you see what I did there, little triad? You're a journalist, aren't you? Writer, novelist. Either way, I assume you're making some sort of story out of this, is V possibly mentioned to me.
Now who's wrong with your terminology, am I right?
Well, you're one of the 3. I've heard multiple sources, and frankly, considering, as I said, your earlier input, you might want to try being a little bit better. But yes, I guess if we are all characters, then I must be your villain. Your character to just shove all your hatred onto, There's a saying I've heard, villains are the heroes of their own story. Well, I'm certainly not saying that I'm a hero, even I wouldn't stretch that far, but I wonder just how shallow you think of me. The first time I ever talked to you was your trip over, and I'd be interested to know just what you've been writing. Just checking, it's always good to check your sources. I've got a couple of questions about me and Novaros, if you wouldn't mind answering them. I'm assuming you know all of them, seeing as you seem to see right through me. So starting off,
I don't pretend to know everything about your kingdom or even about you. I just know enough to make a judgment call on your character.
Exactly, and if you, can make a good judge of my character and clearly pin me as this horrible person, then I mean, it's not good to have flat characters. It's always good to make things interesting, like actual people. So like sort of like,
seems like everyone's
Reginald?
perception of each other is undermining each one of your missions.
He has a point. I must say, just a little sort of backstory thing. Every villain needs a good backstory. Sort of like, why was Novaros formed? Who was it formed by? Why is the flag these colors? When was it announced? Where did Greg come from? Where is the founder? Or where are the founders now? Who do all these dogs belong to that you see sitting outside the front gates? Or even just on me, what do I like? What do I dislike? Do I have a favourite colour? What do I like to do in the evenings? What is my full name? Can you tell me my name?
I know your name is Beth, but you don't let anybody close enough to you, at least nobody I associate with, enough for me to know that information.
And maybe there's good reasons.
you sometime. We'll have to make some character adjustments, though. Make sure we can fit you in for a right place in the novel. You get to work on
I
that.
mean, you
then
say that like me being 1,000 blocks away is an open invitation of, well, come talk to me.
She does make
You
a
don't actually
fair-
know that much about me as a person, or did you just stop seeing me as such the moment I came between you and your ideal little life of peace and friendship? The world does not revolve around you, Miss Gilead. We are not your characters to fall to the back of your quill. I have been here long before you even knew we existed, and I have been building a life for myself as long as this server has existed. Sorry if you're jealous that I am content. That I've actually made it despite everything around me. That I spend my days in sunlight and my nights under the stars, without worry that I will ever lose everything, because I won't. I don't stay here because I'm scared. Please, I'm here because it's my home. Because I'm proud at what I've helped to create, just like you and your church. When you look at the stone bricks and the pointy roof and the stained windows, you are just like me. And you're gonna tell me that you're not, that you hate me because you know I'm
Drink
right.
that.
I've been right this entire
I
time and you hate it.
nothing
You really think
like
that you see all of me? Try a mirror. There is a reason they are scared of me. There's a reason V, who's just been here as long as I have, doesn't want you to raise your little crossbow to these walls. Try to figure that out next time. Or, I don't know, try it, shoot me. I don't care either way. Just depends whether I need to waste my time or not. You are pathetic, Miss Gilead. Please try again with another letter when you've improved your skills and actually think you can do some damage.
That's not the best write-up, but it's also not the worst write-up I've ever gotten.
Well, then I would like
You
to
should
see a bit more.
unionize. If someone employing you is giving you a worse write-up than that, I think you need to like unionize.
I wasn't
Yeah,
even a
well-
write-up. I had an evening
Ours-
3, and I thought you would deserve a in-depth response, seeing as so much emotion and passion went into that.
But Rilara, I am not
I
picking
mean,
sides here.
There's not all bad things about being stuck here. I don't have to see some of the people, even though I don't get to see anyone back home again. It means that there's some people that I don't have to see again. You don't
Rilara,
want to know what it was like in those offices.
I'm speaking. She does make a fair point, Rilara. Not to pick sides here. I'm not one for picking sides. I've never been one for picking sides, if I can help it, as Bess will be able to tell you, but I gotta be honest, I don't like the book idea. I don't like it, because I know Bess has a certain whole air of mystery with this, walled city, but even I've been close. I've been close to you since the beginning. What's my name?
Your name is V.
And my last name? And my full name?
Come up in the interview. Yeah, what is your last name? I can obviously change it if you want me to, but
I don't want you to write me at all. Because this is one thing I need you to understand, Miss Gallade, Vilara, whatever it is you prefer. We are not characters for your book. We are living history, livid history, if you will, in a place that is still suffering, in a place that is... We are not some happy fantasy story where you can put people into an easy box of good and evil.
no. You think I don't know that? I have not been happy since I first set foot here.
And neither have I, and I've been here, and I haven't aged, and I should be 20 by now. I know that I am younger than you. I know that you think you've got so much experience going on in that brain of yours, and you do, but that is a different world to the one I have lived. I have been here since the inception of these civilizations. Do not tell me that I know nothing, because I know so much. I
None
am the
of you
history
know
book you
anything.
want to write. Pardon, Reginald?
My ancestors saw a civilization fall because of bickering like this. As far as I know, my people were the only survivors. So, shut up.
Thank you,
And
Reginald.
if you want proof of that, you saw them, didn't you? You saw the end of my civilization and you did nothing.
What? What?
I don't know much about you, but you know nothing about me. And everything you said proves it. And the funny thing is, you don't even know it.
And there is so much more to me than you'll ever be able to learn. I think we should both accept that we know little to nothing about each other. Every time I'm around you, I seem to get irrationally angry because you chose to came here. You chose to come here. I know you didn't know you'd be trapped, but you came into a broken dimension anyway. And you've actually got something waiting for you on the other side of this.
I didn't choose to come here. How many times do I have to tell you that? I have a family back home that I will never see again.
And my
I can't
family's
even say that it
dead.
was on purpose. I have to know that I could have been more careful. Could have prevented coming here at all. But I will never get to see them again because I wasn't careful enough. You think that doesn't haunt me every night?
I never said it wouldn't haunt you every night. Do you have any idea how haunted I am? By the things I've done, by the people I've lost, by the things I've seen, through the things I've felt? We are both haunted individuals. If we keep fighting, it is going to get us nowhere, but every time I am around you, I am irrationally fucking angry because you seem to push every single one of my buttons more than Bess does. At least Bess is confusing instead of just downright aggravating. I don't want to pick sides, and I know you're angry. I'm angry too, you can tell, and I don't claim to be able to tell you what to do. But if you drag the church into some sort of war, there's no honor in fighting. I haven't had my own honor in months, but there is especially no honor in voluntary violence. And I know this.
Honor in sitting back and watching innocent people die again and again.
Novaros.
I'm not trying to drag the church into a war. In fact, I think that's I hate to say, even Bess could be able to attest. Remember in my note, I said that if I were to take you down, I wouldn't do it as a member of the church. It would be a personal
Yes,
mission.
but well, I think the church would. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the church wouldn't exactly like that. You'd just come and try to kill me here yourself.
And either you'd end up kicked out of the
I think
church
that's less on me, and
for
yeah.
violating the main protocol, or Stage would stand by you because Stage loves you. She is your friend, and the thing about friends is we can try. I see this in both of us. We can try so often to be. I will throw myself in front of this danger. I will fall on this blade for you. I will burn for you, Mr. President, and it'll all be okay. But it isn't, because there's no point in being noble because you'll just tear yourself apart, and your friends will stand by you anyway because they will not see that they will get hurt by standing with you. I've dragged many people down with me. Some of them haven't been heard from in months. One of them's presumed dead. If I cannot be of value to you as a friend or as anything else, do not let me have value in your lovely story that you're writing, but let me be to you, not anyone else, but to you, a cautionary tale. Learn from me.
People down. Alright. Get it? Maybe I should talk to less people then. Less people to drag down when I inevitably crash and burn.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying be alone. You shouldn't be alone. It's bad for you to be alone. But I'm saying don't drag people into your... I know you're grieving a family that's still alive. I know you're grieving yourself because we all die a little when we come here. But don't take that out on a city that... Oh, they're gone. Arguably has done nothing wrong. Well, okay, that's
I
not
can still
true.
hear you.
I did forget about the chapel in the fields momentarily. My brain's been really empty recently.
Take a look over there and tell me.
My render nope, I can see it now.
Mm-hmm.
That does kind of
That's
suck.
all I can.
And it's not that Novros has done nothing wrong, but I'll be honest, part of it does reek of self-defense. If there's one thing the people who came here at the beginning of our modern civilizations have in common, I think quite a few of us tend to lash out, or even in just a controlled way. We like to protect what's ours, because it used to be torn away from us on the daily. You don't understand that, because as much as you could learn about it, if you could learn about it, you wouldn't be able to understand it, because what we've suffered is so much, and so different from anything you will have suffered. I've been here so long, I think I could answer most of Bess's questions to you. I won't, but I think I still remember why the colours of the flag are the colours of the flag. I think about everyone who started this place sometimes. I think about that it was actually just meant to be an escape. If anything, this was a place built by technically refugees from a tyrant's nation. And you're painting Bess out to be some sort of evil dictator. And I don't know why I'm defending her, because my feelings are incredibly complicated. Because everything changes every 2 seconds in my brain. But Novaros isn't really that bad. Bess isn't great, sorry, Bess, but you have I'm looking at the burning
Oh
field.
no,
right
you're
now.
right. No, trust me, I've heard worse.
You've done...
I've read worse, funnily enough, as I explained.
Yeah. You've also heard worse from me. I think the amount of times I've cussed you out is at least 3 now. And I've been on the receiving end of that. I got abandoned when I took down Coffee Pot. I expected to start anew immediately, and bam, surprise country. Really fucked me up. But, I think there are things bigger than us. I think there's situations bigger than all of us, and I'm sorry for the losses that the church has suffered, and I am so grateful that the emotional pain of the fields that are burning, Crispy will heal from, hopefully. She's resilient. She can build a new place with just as many flowers. I even know where to help you find them. But if she died, I don't think I could forgive myself. Technically, on a legal technicality, I don't know why I'm defending Navarro so much here, but on a legal technicality, no one has died as a direct action of Bess. Technically.
Thank you.
Why aren't you more angry at
You're
me?
not necessarily.
People have died as a direct
kind of
action of
is.
me. I've killed 2 people, and one of them I'm arguably responsible for, blowing themselves up in a bloody gory mess and haven't been being seen since. And another one was executed sort of on my terms, more or less. It was everyone's terms, but my point is, I'm...
The other was stage.
Yes.
One of them was stage. Does that make it 3?
No, that makes it 4. Do you not remember the battle of the Snowball Rebellion?
Oh, I forgot you actually killed someone during that. Oh, I remember that. Sorry.
So why aren't you more angry at me? What is it about Novros that scares you so much that you're willing to look past this burning mess of anger and hatred and destruction? Am I not fit to be a villain? It's all about perception. What do you think of me, Relara Scalade? What do you see when you look in my eyes? That is very close.
I see myself, and that's the scary part. If I stay here too long, I might do something that I could regret.
Oh, finally you speak some sense.
Don't.
Look forward to your next letter. Here, take this to Crispy while you're at it. They wrote me a very polite letter. I thought I'd deem them a response, but I'd say that I know how to find them, and I very easily could, but I feel like you'd probably, well, a little more comfortable taking it to them
Crispy
yourself.
didn't be hearing from you anymore. They told me themselves.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to be writing consistently. They just asked me a few questions, and I've given them a couple of answers. I'll know what it means.
That's mail fraud, Relara! Don't open it, that's mail fraud! I've committed much worse crimes, but...
You can read it.
Say, this is a world with endless death and a burning field in the distance, and a little mail fraud is where we draw the line.
Absolutely, you have to draw the line in the sand somewhere.
Excuse arson, but I draw the line at mail fraud.
There is a Venn diagram of that. What if it's mail fraud via us? I'm getting distracted. It's been a very long day. Yeah, see, the line in the sand is being drawn. You shouldn't read that. That's Crispy's. I don't want you judging the mail before it goes through them. Who's their chumtis protector? Me. And I've protected them as best I can. It's a bit impolite to look through the letter. I think you should just deliver it to her. I'll even take it myself if you want. She's in the sanctuary, isn't she?
Oh, I'm not going to question that.
It's probably not the safest place, like right here, to talk about where she is, but I'll take it to her.
I mean, you say that like I'm going to go and hunt down the frog. Trust me, if I wanted the frog dead, she'd be dead.
You are not helping make a good case for yourself.
I'm being honest. I think that's quite polite. If we find you a frog, you can keep it.
Hopefully not if it's a sentient one.
They're probably... I mean, hopefully it's slightly more more docile, let's put it that way.
Frog's plenty docile. She's just,
It's more where the ducks eat frogs. If anything, that information would have come in useful a while ago. Would have known who to call when the frog was acting up.
Bess!
I'm kidding!
Well, if you're joking or not. But either way, don't. Please. I don't take kindly talk about Crispy like they're a pet. They're their own person, okay?
I'm fully aware of that, trust me.
Yeah, at least I know that. I can't speak for Novros. I don't speak on the. Why do you turn your head so slowly? It's really, really unnerving. I can't speak for anyone else apart from myself. I certainly can't speak for Novros. I think I'd get shot if I tried to. But Crispy is her own person. Crispy is someone I care highly about and do not want to see any harm come to. That's why I ran up to you and broke a potion over at our feet. So that they wouldn't burn. I know I'm not perfect, but I do try to keep the frogs safe. There are very little good things left here, and I know you're probably aware of that already. So to preserve what we do have is the closest thing I'll ever have to any sort of holy mission.
That's the only reason why I haven't pulled out my bow again.
Go on then.
Because before I left to come and make sure that you were okay, Crisp made me promise that we would make it out all right.
I told you not to come back for me. I don't need fussing over.
I know that you don't need it. But what is wrong with accepting a little backup?
Because you assume you know the sides to the story. I was perfectly fine talking with Bess.
What I know is that if you try to get into something on your own, you will soon find yourself in over your head.
They wouldn't fight me and I wouldn't fight them.
I wouldn't fight Bess. I don't have a death wish anymore. I got over that.
Mm-hmm.
I've
got higher morals than to kill unless provoked. Unnecessary.
I don't, but you know. Seen a lot of shit. But the point is, I can take care of myself. A little backup would be nice, but all the backup I've ever had has done me wrong, has betrayed me, has disappeared into the ether, or backup has never gone well for me, and I'm tired of burning people with me, so thank you?
Open this one.
I mean, if it's mail delivered directly to you, that's not what the shit? If it's mail delivered directly to you, that's not mail fraud.
Let me introduce you to a concept called a joke.
Joke's on you. I can't read tone.
Aha. What does it say?
I can't read this.
I thought you were going to end it with I can't read.
I can read. I taught myself to read. I can maybe not read very well, but I am good at it.
Duck, I think Duck said like a few minutes ago that they can't read. Duck,
the literacy rate on this server is incredibly concerning.
It's a background problem.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do with it.
Well,
look like you're a literal person.
I think we've all had good talks today. I think important things have been said. I'd like to make sure Crispy is okay.
They will be. I really don't know what I'm going to do if they're not. I just don't know what I'm supposed to tell them anymore.
Can I not go see her?
Come see her soon. She's currently sleeping off some of the... She had to watch her flowers burn in front of her very eyes. You gotta understand that it takes a toll.
I know.
How about that?
I did that
Oh,
with my
oh, right.
skin.
Damn.
Pardon?
Yeah, but you get it then.
I do. I do get it. I've seen a lot.
So, how about this? When they wake up, I'll write you.
Appreciated. Again, I'm not about picking and choosing sides. I'm just about keeping my own values straight. Which is a oxymoron in and of itself, because my moral compass at this point is, you know, when you take a compass
Please
into
get more.
the wrong place? Is there a second book?
Apparently, you are right. We do need to deal with that security issue.
It's not even raining! What the hell was I saying?
Talking about your moral compass being shit.
Yeah, you know when you take an actual compass into a place where it really shouldn't be, and it just starts spinning because it's broken?
Mm-hmm.
That's my moral compass, but I know how to read it. I'm not a good person, is what I'm trying to say. I was a good person once, but intentions tend to rot, and hopes tend to be burned, and I mean, I know most of it's covered with jumpers and armor, but what do you think this massive scar across the middle of my face is? A kettle incident? A dip in a bit of too hot water, perhaps? A little bit of a warm sun? No. It kind of, in a roundabout way, was a dip in a kettle incident in a bit too hot water.
Coffee pot of sorts, right?
Oh my god! I've just noticed that. Arguably, yes. I can't believe that there's been a pun in that the entire time.
Been too courteous to point it out, but I feel like you kind of were begging for it
I was not.
at that point.
You know nothing
I
of
thought
me.
Please,
you
courtesy
were
is my one.
for it.
Oh no, Reginald's been muted!
It's okay. We deal with things at our own pace, and sometimes that means shutting up for a while. I get it. Things are stressful.
Good god, it really is on fire, isn't it? Is that gonna burn itself out?
Probably.
Milara, I don't have any more fire res potions, don't get too close to it.
It just keeps burning. Shouldn't someone try to put it out?
It'll burn out.
As I said, I will deal with it.
I don't think Bess wants
Your
any
way
more.
of dealing with things, as far as I have seen, and you said it's a recent development, but I just have to go off my own knowledge. There was the burning of the field and the bombing of the chapel.
Wasn't the
Where
bombing,
did
it was
you
the
get
taking down.
thorns? Ow!
Bombing
Yeah,
implies coming from above.
Bess knows how to
Demolition,
deal with
that's the word,
things.
thank you.
Like, okay, the chapel and the church are bad, but I can trust her to put shitting hell. Has it just not loaded in for me, or has it just mostly gone out?
As I said, strong breeze.
Okay, I have so many notes to write. It's been a long day. Are there any else, like, dramatic revelations or arguments anyone wants to have before I go home and have a fucking nap?
The books that I gave you,
Yeah, what's with
the
them?
goal of the bunkers was to survive. We could have done that together. We didn't. That crash report is the last message our system gave before it blew itself up.
Oh.
Don't blow each other up.
Metaphorically or literally? Because there's been a lot of TNT related incidents. I'm sorry,
At
that's...
least two.
It
The
literally
chapel's the
exploded.
most
It killed
recent
3
one,
people.
Good God, I'm so sorry.
The chapel nearly.
That was like long before I was even born. But still, don't destroy each other like we did.
All I can promise is that I try. But everything I turn to everything I seem to touch turns to cinders, so my success rate isn't very good. Good night, Bess. Good night, Greg. Good night, Reginald. Good night, Rilara. I reckon I should be heading
It
home,
might be.
or at least somewhere secure. Write me when
If
you get a
travels.
chance. Oh, both of you. I'm waiting on 2 letters now, and I will be looking intensely at my letterbox more often than every 3 months. You're welcome, Greg. Oh, the past. Yes, this is. I will see you all around.
See you around. Hey, Reginald.
So, just gotta head out. Well, I must say, it has been an evening. It has been an evening. I don't know why I argue so much when it comes to Rilara. I'm tired, chat. I'm tired of the fighting, of the violence, of just the general lack of peace. Should I no, I'm not going to steal Rilara's boat. That is how you make someone more pissed off at you. There's more boats though. And I'm gonna... Oh, this is my boat. I parallel parked this really badly. There's a lot going on, and humour seems to be the only way I can keep. I can cope, that is. But I will continue trying my best with everything. And if it comes down to the church and Novaros, and it's pick a side or die, well, I might have to listen to my roots. I might have to look down and see what at the bottom of my heart my morals value most. And I think I have an idea of who I'd pick if it came down to it, if I had to choose. Hello, Dolphin. But at the end of the day, I don't want to choose. I want nothing more than to have a second chance, have a home. Dolphin's really sweet, and take care of those that matter to me, and take care of myself, and I want to be as hopeful as I used to be. Naive, no, but happy. I miss happy. It's a rare visitor these days. I never seem to get it right. His community center. I think the last time I wrapped up here I was promising the detonation of Coffee Pot. Seems like forever ago. Seems like a lifetime ago. Starting here seems like 2 lifetimes ago. Almost. it's all I know now, so I guess that is life. I hope Nancy's okay. I hope there's a haunts heaven. And I hope things will be better for the living soon. I hope for a little more peace. Whatever this desolation is, whatever these fears are, well, I gotta start conducting some theories, don't I? Research coming in will help. Resources will help. I can do some good. I can. If they want me to or not, I can rip out the rot in the church. I can make things better. If I couldn't help Carter, if I couldn't help people who've floated, who've drifted, if I couldn't have been pulled away from detonation day and then Cam wouldn't be missing, dead. If I can do good just this once, maybe it'll start making up for the wrongs that I've done. And with that, I think I'm going to conclude tonight's stream. Thank you everyone for sticking with me so long. Have a wonderful week and be wonderful to each other. And I will see you all next week. Goodbye!